Hello! What's going on, punters? I decided to take a gamble and go for one of these moments before I went live, but I've also got a little beer, so I can watch that down. But how are you? How is your Friday? Welcome to the first official episode of the Paul the Punter Call-In Show. Great, let me just get a little background music dialed in here. I think that should be just about the right level. Obviously, please let me know if this is all okay. Right, so what's going on? What is this show all about? So, I've got a Discord. I just put a link, over there in the chat, or indeed down there in the chat if you're watching on mobile. Now, if you click that link, you can head on over and join in on Discord. Now, this is how I can patch you in all around here to the live stream. And you guys can get involved, and we'll have a question each week and a theme, and we'll chat about it, just like a call-in show. I love this kind of format. Like, I'm a big fan of the H2 podcast, for example, which you could probably tell by how everything's laid out. Basically ripped him off. And then, we're just going to invite some people in, some other punters around, and we'll have a good old chat. So the theme this week is the... I'm going to solve all of your problems. Now, I was just talking to someone actually the other day, yesterday in fact, and one of the things I said about them is about their brand. So I've just launched a company, Creator Co, do a bit of marketing, do a bit of YouTube stuff. And I was talking to them, and I kind of said, well, there's no brand out there that's really aiming to solve the problem of everyone's mountain biking, right? So why don't you be the brand to do that? Anyway, so I thought, well, this would also be a great Paul the Punter call-in show theme. So that's what the theme is today. Now, we're not going to jump right in, even though I can see there's a couple of people over here in the Discord. But what I want to do as well at the beginning is just kind of use this time as a quick, like, what's coming up on the channel, like what's been going on. And then, also talk about the other things that have been going on around the internet that I found kind of interesting. So that's what we're going to do. And hopefully I'll kind of remember to look straight at the camera, but I imagine that's going to be a bit of a problem given where I'm looking. So we'll try down there. But let me know if it's kind of a bit weird if I'm just kind of staring up here and it looks odd. But get involved in the chat. Let me know that everything's okay. I see there's a couple of people. And obviously, please hit the like button if you indeed enjoy the stream. Got 22 people in. It's pretty sick. Okay, so there's been a few things going on this week, and so I'm just going to kind of go through them and kind of share what I think. Hopefully, listen to you guys as well. Thank you, Joe Trail Features. Can you believe it? This might be the first time I'm not going to mess it up. But I did all my streaming software. I set it up today. It was perfect. Windows decided to update, obviously. Everything shut down. Opened everything back up again. Gone. So I just had to... That's kind of why I was a bit late. I was trying to get started at 6 p.m. But didn't quite going out. Parker Gibbons, is it a beanie or a toque? It's a hat. I stuff with this all day, every day. Depends if you're Canadian. If you're Canadian, you're probably going to correct me. Okay, so what's been going on around the world on the internet that's to do with mountain biking, or even vaguely to do with... Oh my god! No! Hang on, transition. This is not at all what it's supposed to be doing. It's working fine. Okay, what if I just turned off the studio mode? Right, that should be working all good now. Now I'm going to have to wait for the stream to kind of fix itself. But I'll have a look. Hey, there we go. So for some reason, when you have web browsers and you have the studio mode so you can transition between the two, it doesn't seem to work. So whatever, I'm going to carry on. Did you all see the launch of the GoPro Hero 7? I certainly did. I was kind of excited because, obviously I'll use a gimbal every once in a while. And the stabilization that they promised was, it's meant to be next level. But it wasn't. So let's just have a quick clip here. Hopefully the audio comes out. If I play it through and it does, let me know. If it doesn't, let me know. So let's have a look and listen to this. So the problem with the new GoPros, as opposed to like the old Hero 4s, is that there's a membrane over the top of the microphone to keep it waterproof, because the old one had a housing, right? But they've said, oh yeah, we fixed that, and
they put a lot of effort into
it's kind of okay here, but
improving the audio. So
I thought that was hilarious. This is obviously Casey Neistat, very big YouTuber, for those who don't know. And the fact that he said this is the audio, they've improved it at the moment where the audio messed up is pretty pretty incredible. It's some absolutely fantastic comic timing there. So I personally really enjoyed that. So we can get away. Now, other thing that's been happening is the launch of Ryan Kelly, Ryan the Lone Ranger, and his Epic 8 series, which I've actually been a part of. That's why there was no show last week. I was out in Revelstoke and Nelson and Rossland, just kind of going out to all these places that I've actually always wanted to go. It was in partnership with Mountain Biking BC, so it's sponsored, but it was, I'd go there anyway. It was amazing, and they helped make it happen, which was great. And Ryan invited me along, and now I have all this free time. I decided to get on over there. But you can see here, so Ryan published his first video a few days ago, as it just kind of kicks in here. And the Fernie bike path looks really, really steep. So I would recommend heading up that. Go check out the channel. And then he was out there obviously, with BC POV, as it's currently just really struggling to get this sorted. It's actually struggling on the frame rate on mine, but this video, I caught this today. Oh yeah, it did come out today. And he's riding with a couple, Ryan and Laura. And Laura is an absolute shredder. And it was I could tell, right, Eric, I'm sure if you're watching this, you'll tell me otherwise, but she was pushing on and she was ripping. It was so good to see. So those are two videos that I really enjoyed this week. Let me know if you've seen them. Tyler, thank you so much for letting me know that the audio is working. That's pretty great. I've got quite a lot of stuff open on here to try and make it as smooth as possible, but what are you going to do? Let's say hello to a few people. Cobra Kyle, hello. I know you're regular around all the streams. Scuddy, please tell us how to view your new website. I'll maybe pop a link later on. It's not really, it's more for kind of the work world, if you know what I mean. So I'll probably share it at one point when I've got a big announcement. Such a vlogger. Leiden, hello. Yep, I can see you in the stream. Don't worry, you'll appear at some point. Andy, hello. Great to see you. How's your Friday? Hopefully you're going mountain biking this weekend. Gonzo Cat, he was in Squamish around the 11th of September. The gods were having a piss fest at that point, unfortunately. Yep, I would probably agree with you there. It's pretty moist down here, that's for sure. But it's going to look up next week, and I'm going riding with Eric. I'm actually going riding with Eric on Tuesday. All going well. So, what else is happening this week? The Enduro World Series in Ainsa. Now, this was on the schedule. Speaking of rain, this was on the schedule a couple of years ago of the series, and it was like an amazing course and everything. And it got so rained out on the second day, like big time rained out. You might even say a biblical storms. But they're back this year. I'm getting killed by the rice tins. Hold on. So obviously just before the actual race comes out and it happens, they do the course preview. And this is Rick McLaughlin and the EWS head honcho Chris Ball, amazing rider, former World Cup racer. And the trails here in Ainsa just look amazing. Like, this is a place I would actually love to go. I've been to a bunch of places and I'm kind of like, well, you know, I'm kind of happy where I've been. Squamish is amazing. But here, just looks great. The views are epic. Probably struggle being a vegetarian, but I'm a pescatarian. I eat fish. It wouldn't be that bad because they're by the ocean. So that's another one that I'd recommend you go check out. It was so good. Another video, didn't come out this week. It came out last week. But Alex's mega video, all about, let's try and get it at a good start here. All about talking about how he's moved out and how he's living in his van now. Like, I just really enjoyed this. It was pretty long. It was like, 14 minutes or so. I guess it's pretty standard YouTube length. But I just watched the whole thing and it was really enjoyable. And it's just it's a really good story. So if you haven't seen that, I imagine you have. I mean, look, 183 times it's been watched. But yeah, I just really like this kind of vlog format. You get to know the man. Really enjoyable. You should go and check it out. Now, what else has been happening? Into bike happened. So I might just I might pop up the my chat window here and just make sure that I keep an eye on the chat, how it's going down. Leiden, no, I haven't seen your newest video. I'm sure we'll talk about it in a bit. I'm sure it's hilarious. So now I've been to Interbike for a bunch of years, and this, like, it's really, you struggle. Like, all the people that go and kind of find the new parts and new accessories and bikes and what have you, and they try to find them. It's just so hard. Like, last year there was nothing. So I thought I wanted to have a quick gander at the websites here and see what they've been going on. Vital, I mean, the fact that it says tire sealants, lubes and cleaners, like, that's its own story. It just shows how there was, like, super slim pickings. That Mondraker bike was pretty cool. Oh, hold on. Just gotta get through this for a second. Annoyingly, Vital they have it as a slideshow, so you get... Oh, no, this is a video.
What's up, guys?
Oh, wow, okay. Brandon Sherman, he actually knows what he's talking about. You should really listen to that dude. So there was... It'll probably be easy to find on Pink Bike, but I just saw it here. This new Mondraker cross-country bike looks insane. So they've had this as a hardtail before. They've had it as a hardtail.
Mountain bike lovers,
this is a video as well. Okay, well, that's going to be a bit tricky, but I could always put it on mute. So yeah, they had this hardtail. They've had this podium hardtail. I think that's what it's called. Oh yeah, so this is called the F podium. Got it. And it just looks insane. Like, obviously, like this stem kind of integration that's been around for a while, but did it say? Oh yeah, 18 pounds. That's crazy how little it weighs. Like, that really is something pretty impressive. It just looks so futuristic. I don't think they have a cross-country race team. Obviously, it's meant to be a race bike, but who knows? Maybe we'll see someone on, like, the different races doing it. Now, probably this has got to be the coolest thing. I'm sure there's going to be someone in here that might be. I don't want to start the e-bike debate. I don't really care, but. This Nikolai. Oh, it's gonna look massive on the stream. Oh no, it's okay. It's just so interesting, and like, it's actually cool to see something genuinely new. And I bet every, like, tech editor, vlogger, whoever that saw it actually kind of got excited, which is cool. Like, let's have a look at some of the more interesting pics. Obviously, you can adjust the hell out of it, which I don't really think is important on a bike, whatever it is. But this this belt tensioner, it's so cool. Like, you can see it on Mike's video here. But like, the way that it keeps it on, and like, someone's really thought about that, and some serious engineering's gone in. But that's it about Interbike, right? There's hardly anything. I think there's some of the randoms, like, you could just tell there was slim pickings on the ground. Although do you know what I did think was cool? The new Stages computer. Is that in here? Let's go through. Yeah, hope. Wait. Oh no. Okay, so the new Stages computer was actually interesting. I really want to find that, but we'll probably not find it. Oh, this Chris Carl video. This one here. You should go and watch that. That's a good one. Anyway, can't even remember what we were talking about. What were we talking about? Remind me in the chat. So, something or other. Okay, right. Let's forget about Interbike. I actually wanted to go on the Bike Radar. Now, unfortunately, there's real sad news that loads of people got laid off from it. But like, I don't even think they even went. Like, I mean, they're a pretty big site. I mean, they don't have any US staff anymore. But like, they couldn't even be. Look, there's nothing here. September 18th. Yeah, they didn't even go. It's crazy. Anyway, okay. Now, I think that's kind of it. Now, let's have a chat. Let's do the what's coming up on the channel. So yeah, as I said, next week I've got all my videos from the trip coming out. with Ryan. I was really hopefully I need to actually edit it. Sorry, Ryan. No, I will edit it, promise. So that's all coming out next week. And really excited to show everyone all the trails. I also had my first crash of the year, which is crazy. It's September, but I guess I'm just like overcautious and just would rather keep riding the whole time than trying to push it and sliding out a front wheel, which is exactly what I did. And it hurt quite a lot, but I thought the knee pads weren't working, but then they did. So that was good. Okay, now, here we go. Okay, so. No. All right, I wonder if I went back into studio mode, if it will let me work. Okay, so. One thing, now the weather has gone terrible. It's getting cold. And I have a lot of goals for next year, mainly getting faster. And that will only come through being fitter. So, one thing is Zwift. So I'm going to start. I've tried one Zwift live stream before, and it didn't really go so great. Partly because I was trying to run off Wi-Fi, and it was a bit of a flop, you might say. But I think it's going to be a really cool way of like interacting and making training actually kind of interesting. It's you train to power, so it's the best way of getting fit. If you don't train to power, then honestly there's no real point. But yeah, I'm a big fan, almost to the point where it might actually be a meme. So as you can see here on this stream, everything's looking smooth. There's some really good frame rates happening. So yeah, I'm stoked on that. Now, if you don't know what Zwift actually is this gonna go? Hey. Oh, we've got a little bit of failing from, there we go. So we're gonna close down Zwift because that's killing it. So I've actually already done a video about what Zwift is, and I was really pleased with it. So how it is you've got your turbo trainer. Oh, sorry. You got your turbo trainer, you hook it up to Zwift, and it kind of, the trainer talks to the computer and reacts in real world. And I'm just the biggest fan. Like it's so good. 2 years ago when I first got it and I was really using it, like when it came to the season, I just spring rolled around and I was so fit compared to how I've been before. And it was really noticeable compared to everyone else. Like, let's say where it's particularly useful, as I say in the video, is like, say you've got like this big carpet of roots and you just need to keep the power going. I fully noticed that it was almost effortless compared to how it was before. So if you want to get fit in the winter, get on Zwift. We might be able to get some interactions going, and it should work pretty well. So I think we've had enough chatting. So if anyone wants to chat and you're on Discord, what you want to do is click on the I want to chat box. Actually, let's just go over here. You can't see what I'm doing, but I can, and that's really important. Okay, let's see. I guess Zwift's come through. Brian, you should try Trainer Road. Yeah, I've seen Trainer Road, but it's all maths. It's all like do this. Whereas on Zwift, it's like that real-time immersion is next level. Brian, if you have a trainer that's compatible, get Zwift. We'll talk later about it. Gonzo, Interbike news this year seems less impressive than years. Yeah, it was just so. It was so like there's no point. It's in September. It's in like the dead zone of new stuff. Like, why would you launch something in September? I don't know why. Like Sea Otter, yeah, it's around April, but why not put a show in March that people can actually go and see all the new stuff for the year? Like, to me, speaking of companies, like that's when they sell all their stuff, and bike shops, like, why not just go and do that? Seems so simple, but I'm sure there's a reason. Like, I'm sure space is cheaper in and around the time of that. So yeah, trail features, you do need to get your Zwift rig set up. It's time, especially in Colorado. You have the same problem as me. It's gonna get pretty Pretty cold. Okay, now I can see one young chap in the in the chat here, so I'm gonna drag him in. Leiden, you're gonna need to be on your best behavior. So this dude, when we were at Sea Otter this year, he was going around doing his own daily recap videos and and actually beating pink bike with his buddy. You'll have to remind me of his name when you come on. And they were pretty funny. They were a little bit offensive for the main page of the website, but I have gone and found your Sea Otter video. So I'm actually gonna play this one. Let's get you over here. There we go. So he went and found Kamzing, who's a pretty famous rider, and basically got him to call out like this 333. Let's make sure.
You're my favorite rider.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
dude.
that. I'm just staring at the mic pump.
This is
The
live.
show
We're
on
running
here.
a solid 0 psi.
A solid 0. Bottoming out here.
Yeah, how's it been so far, man?
What, life? Life's been
In general.
everything's great, man. Life's good.
How's the ranch?
The ranch, Zinc Ranch, the Rock Ridge, is it's awesome. My old grumpy neighbor Sean Palmer and I ride motorcycles and stuff and building jumps and
How's
got
your
a
name
fest
drop?
contest coming up. And
Sure.
if they don't put you on pink bike, something's wrong.
Yo,
There we go.
yeah.
So he got he did get let's put the choosing back on. So he did get Kamzing to call us out when I was there, and it was that was pretty funny, and I really enjoyed it. So he's been messaging me loads on pretty much every possible social media. So let's get Leiden in. Leiden, you're coming in. Here we go. Leiden, can you hear me, buddy?
My man. My man.
There
What
he
is up?
What's up, buddy? How's it going?
It's going great. It's going great. You know, I'm just sitting here in California in the fog, you know, watching the stream.
Oh yeah, okay. How whereabouts are you? You don't have to tell me your address,
Northern
obviously, but
California.
tell me like your
Northern
general
We're in
area.
Northern California on the coast.
Northern California on the coast. Okay. So have you been riding? It's still like good to
Yes.
go, isn't it? There.
I've been riding. It's been really dry,
Mm-hmm.
really scary. I've been going to a lot of events. I've been trying to get the name out there. I've been working with a few other companies, you know, since the last time you saw me, you know, my cameraman left me for college, so I'm kind of alone now.
No way.
Yeah, he left me
Hey,
for Portland
did he?
State.
Did he get was he in the wild card?
He was in the wild. Yeah, he was in the wild. Yeah.
So
for
someone said this, and I was like, no way.
the second year in a row.
Yeah, and he actually was, but
And-
he didn't win.
No, we were so close. The boys were about to go to Canada.
Oh no way!
It
Did
was
you?
so close.
Was there like a first or a third place or anything like that?
I think it was like second. He
Oh.
came up just a few votes short. Like third year. He's open next year. Next year, hopefully.
Well,
Third time charm.
we can only cross fingers.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
we do have a theme here. Solving your problems.
Oh, I've got some problems for you to solve.
Oh, okay. Light it.
Okay.
Come at me, bro. I
What?
can solve anything.
What is the trick to get on the front page of Pink Bike? Okay, because I just
my
dropped a
God.
new video because I went to the Delta Dirt Jam. I don't know if you heard about it. It was pretty crazy.
The
It
what?
was on the Delta Dirt Jam. Do you hear about it?
No. Can I?
It was
Where
on-
can I find it?
Go if you want to go on my my Pink Bike Leiden Shreds, no spaces.
Okay.
with a
hold
Z.
on.
You can check out my video. It was pretty cool. Ton of like this. You know Terry. What's his last name? He's involved with like Rampage. He owns College Cyclery, like one of the oldest cycleries in like.
No,
the
sorry,
US.
my friend. So what?
all good.
What video? The Delta Jet Jam. This one.
Yeah, Delta Dirt Jam. Yeah.
So long.
Yeah, no, just like scam through it. The first like minutes, like just a ton of B-roll, and then like the jumps are massive. It was huge.
Okay.
3
Right.
days in Sacramento in the heat. All the all the old Aptos guys out there riding. It was pretty legit.
Okay. Well, how about we look at this video and we see how you can make it better.
All right.
That
all
way,
right.
you can that might help you get on the homepage of Pink Bike. Why
you
haven't you
go.
got a YouTube channel as well? Like this.
I have a YouTube channel.
You do?
It's just
Where is
got
it?
old videos. Don't look at my videos.
Why?
From
Is
like
it-
6th grade at Carlmont Hills, and I'm like, hey guys, this is Leiden Fuller with a course preview with my GoPro. Yeah, I think I only have one decent edit on there, but it's like legit enough to be an Instagram edit. But we put it on YouTube.
Oh, okay, right. So I'm just checking out. Let's get this on the big screen, so to speak.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's pretty cool.
There's some good little sunglass banter there.
Yeah, yep, there
Okay.
is.
So
Yes,
what are you
flippers.
filming this on?
My I think it's a Nikon 3200D.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's all dad cam. I kind of got roasted by one of the guys at the Truckee Bike Park that was in charge of this event. He said like my music choice was terrible and stuff, but
Oh, hold on.
He
Well,
was kinda- he was
we gotta check the music choice here.
yeah. I was going with the old school
Oh.
theme, you know.
Wait a minute. Old school meme. What? How is
You gotta
how
go
is,
with some
how is that an
Aussie,
old school
man.
meme?
No, a theme.
Oh,
Like,
theme. But why is it an
Yeah.
old school theme? That's been in that was in Unreal.
oh, great. Yeah.
That's
See,
why
you know,
you've
I've already messed up.
You've poached the music from a big mountain bike movie.
Oh God, this is exactly what Josh was telling me.
That's why. So
Oh,
number one,
bummer.
music choice. Well, why not go no
I
music?
know.
Why not just have the sounds going
I should have gone raw. But I don't want to get copyrighted. Also, yeah, I don't want to get copyrighted because they're playing music in the background.
Oh, so
It
you
went
thought
on YouTube.
So you thought you'd put a copyright song as the main thing.
Yeah, you know, Leiden Shred's knowledge, you know.
Well, that would probably be my first step. That's my first
Yeah.
recommendation. So, like when you're putting a video together, it's super important to grab the attention at the beginning, especially with something like this, which is pretty long and it's kind of like it says
Yeah.
Delta, like it's called Dirt Jam, like great. So, like I would say right at the beginning, like I know you had that crash. Let's see. Did you put any music over the crash? Let's see.
Yeah, at the
Yeah,
beginning
so
of the song. I'm
So you
pretty
started
sure.
immediately. So you've got to tell people what they've got in store for the video, right? Obviously, a crash is a great way to grab attention. Like it's pretty cheap. I'll be honest, like it's pretty cheap. But
Okay.
but that's the way to do it. And are you covering this, or are you telling the story of you being there? Like, which is it?
No, it's more like covering. Like we haven't done a Leiden TV episode in quite a while. We tried filming one at the Truckee Bike Park, but it failed because all the slope style like dirt jump guys are like so intimidating, dude.
Oh,
Those
really?
guys do not want to talk to you at all. No.
Okay, but that's where the joke comes in. Like,
Yeah.
because you had so much banter going on at Sea Otter.
Yeah, we
So-
got rowdy.
Yeah, but you had loads of confidence because you didn't really care. Like that's
No, I know. I didn't. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, that's where it comes in. Like you've got to, if you want to like be the guy that's at the events, like doing everything, you have to
Yeah.
forget about it. Like really,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
who cares if those dirt jump guys, they're just like
They're next level gnarly. They didn't even. No, I was like legit going at it. I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? You know, messing
yeah?
with them. Dude, they were like, yeah, okay, yeah. I gotta drop
just-
now later.
that's where you just keep going, and then you have the joke with the camera. So that's what I would say.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like the one guy right there in the freeze frame that you have right now on
yeah,
the stream,
yeah.
Luke Willock,
Yeah.
complete crazy man. He was hilarious. You know, you played along with it. Then you go up to like Obro.
Mhm.
Obro did not want to talk to me, dude. He was like, he looked at me. He's like, oh, just kind of like no need, no want to
Yeah.
talk. It's
You
all
gotta-
those guys.
Yeah, you got to put them in. You got to put them
Yeah.
all in. Do you ever
Oh,
watch any Win TV stuff?
Oh yes, of course. Everybody was like, oh, you're Win TV copyright. So
Well,
yeah, I watch a little bit of Win TV, but you
Yeah.
know,
no. So I would say, one thing I would say is that like there was some great jokes and stuff with Danny Hart. Like that was an amazing one,
yeah.
and he just kept going. Like if they don't want to talk to you, like you want to talk to them more. And,
Yeah.
Like I would own this persona. Like you are definitely funny at Sea Otter, but like just own it and just keep going. Like that's what I would be. And the more times that you just keep being consistent and keep doing it over and over again, people will just want to watch you because you have a reputation, like be it good or bad or whatever. Like Ben Deacon is prime for that. Like he doesn't make the highest quality videos or whatever, but he just kept going over and over and over again. And now he's like got his own sponsorship deals and he's huge in Germany. Like it's all about commitment and you've just got to keep going. So that's how I can solve your problem of getting on the homepage of Pink
Oh
Bike.
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I was thinking I was gonna write an article because I know Josh wrote the articles and like helped them out, but like I don't know about I'm not the man to write the articles. And I'm like
just figure out a way. I would say
no, I
maybe
will.
start a new YouTube channel and just own it yourself, and then
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I'm gonna
you'll
for
find
sure. I
you'll
have
find
like
your
the one
audience.
I'm on the stream with. That's just like my normal channel. I could legit different format it, but like now I'm trying to take all this media stuff seriously. After Sea Otter, it was like more of a joke.
But keep
Like
it as a
day
joke.
one was a joke.
Just
No,
keep-
it was,
keep it as a
and that's the
joke.
thing. We didn't realize it was gonna go that far. We just thought like our friends were gonna watch it and laugh at it. And then I was like, it went from Josh telling me, go up to this guy. I don't even know who he is. I think it was the first one was Elliot. I like had to briefly knew who he is because I saw some of like the raw edits he had.
Yeah.
He's like, go up to him. Like, who is he? I'm like, he's like Elliot Jackson. Like, oh, okay. Go up to him. And like, that's the one thing I was like, oh, I remember him posting the Yeah Boy from after one of the World Cup races. Go for it,
Nice.
But we got some stuff up. I got some stuff on my sleeve for Sea Otter next year,
Cool. All right. Well, best of luck, Leiden. I'm gonna have to let you
Paul,
go.
Yes.
But thanks for
Thank
stopping
you.
by.
I'll be back for the next one.
I'd say that's problem solved.
Yep.
Maybe that can be a catchphrase.
Later.
All right. See
Yeah.
ya,
Leiden
bye.
shreds. Gang, gang.
That dude is hilarious. Okay, give it up, Leiden. Great work. Thanks for having me on. As I just constantly blow out my microphone. So there's someone else already waiting in the wings. Over on Discord, I see there's Scuddy Fatty64, amazing name. Emily M, Dick, and Legend Advanced. If you want to get involved, you got to drag yourself over to the I Want to Chat, and then you can join in just like Joe is about to from Trail Features. And hopefully, if I keep saying and talking for a bit, he'll know what's coming, and he won't be so surprised when I drop him in the chat, and then all of a sudden say, Joe, what's going on?
Not much. Just enjoying a couple live streams. I got you on my left screen and Alex on my right.
I did. Oh my
Nate.
God. Should we do it? Should we do Streamception?
Streamception.
Yeah. So, Alex, I did check in on Alex's stream at the beginning, and it just kind of seemed to be him.
Super laid back. He's just kind of working. It's more just like,
A full in real life stream.
It is happening. He's installing some Kush core right now,
Oh, is he?
which
Okay.
he's got that bum finger, so he has to be careful.
Right. Jeez, the sun's gone down. Well, that's pretty solid. Okay, going for the Kush core. That's nice. That's some bold work. Hold on, I didn't even. Let's do some streamception. There it is. It's a live stream of a live stream. Is this a world's first, Joe? It could be a world's first.
Potentially. I don't know. I've never
Potentially.
crossed the wires like that.
It's pretty bold. But anyway.
First for the mountain bike community. I know the gaming community does this quite often.
Oh yeah, have you seen the jokes going around at the moment, which is like people reacting to people reacting to people reacting?
That there's still original content out there.
yeah, for sure. Okay. Joe, you know the theme of the show. I'm gonna solve your problems.
Solve my problems.
What
All
problems
right.
do you have? Mountain biking. Wait, can we mountain bike specific?
Yes, this is very much mountain biking.
I'm actually going to take my hat off because I can't hear.
I can deal with those other problems on my own.
yeah. Keep that to yourself, mate. Okay, have I got this?
All right. So, as you may know, I recently sold my Yeti SB5 Plus. I had it for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I sold it because it just didn't quite fit. I just kind of had to come to terms with that. It was an extra large, so I could get the extra reach.
Mm-hmm.
Tube was too tall. And so my question to you is this. We've kind of seen this move to long and slack bikes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we're going too far, because one of the things that I've been running into is I get on a bike that has all this reach, but then I feel like I'm riding this long down the hill, and when you point it in a straight line, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everywhere else, it's a little bit awkward, and some bike manufacturers are kind of tweaking their designs a little bit. But you just recently coming from the industry,
Yep.
in a sense, what complaints have you heard from pro? Excuse me, choked on myself, from pro and industry experts.
Okay.
How the
So it's not.
geometries-
Yeah, there's. I'd say. Well, I mean, I'm still in the industry with Creative Co. I would say, but I would. I think one of the biggest things is that there are times where it can be a bit too long. I've heard. So one thing I have heard is some of the racers in the enduro world, especially, like when they go to tracks like the French one, the French one. Yeah, the really gnarly French one that happened a few months ago, right? And it was super steep, super tight, and just kind of really janky, let's say. A lot of them were like, wow, if we keep having courses like this, can I have a medium 27.5 bike, please? So, like, here's the thing, like, it all depends on the course, right? It all depends on the trail. Every bike that you get is going to be ideal for one kind of situation. So, if you have a mega long bike with mega long chainstays, it's going to be great in a straight line. But you're going to have to be just a better, you just have to be a better mountain biker if you want to go around the tight stuff. Like that's the thing. Like people that ride them, they're like, oh yeah, like it's fine. Because how'd you go around corners? Oh, you just turn the handlebars. That's genuinely what a lot of people say. But I do think there's an optimal. Like surely with everything, there's a bell curve, right? Where there's like the best that you can possibly have, or just the most suitable, I'd say. Like my Trek, just over here. I think the reach on that, it's a large, I think the reach on it is like 453 or something. And it's got big wheels as well, and the chainstays are pretty standard, do you know what I mean? And it's the best bike I've ever had. I've had my Canyon was a bit smaller. I think I had two because I busted one of the bottom brackets on one of them. So when they offered me a new frame, I thought I'd need a medium. But the large, because you're a man of numbers, right? You love some numbers.
I've been staring at far too many geometry charts to a point where I just had to unplug.
Yeah. So I think the Canyon Strive I had was like near 470, and then the medium was like 445 or something. And really,
Here for the reach.
For reach. And I probably preferred the large. Weirdly, I ran a 50mm stem on the large and a 40mm stem on the medium. I still don't understand why. It was just better either way. And I don't know. I just think there's an optimal. I reckon if you're 5'10" like me, it seemed like I've seen people like Steve Jones write this. He used to work for Dirt when he was being a full journalist, and now he works for EMBN, that dude. He probably knows some of the most about geometry and everything. He was one of the first people to say bikes needed to be longer. I think it's more about 455 for someone that's 5'10". It's probably about right. Because then you can actually just mountain bike and get on with it. There are some people saying like it can be too long, but it depends on the situation, I would say. But what
So I would say that at 6'2",
yeah,
I think that a reach would be about perfect for me. It'd be
what
enough
reach,
room
sorry?
that I would actually feel like I could maneuver around,
Okay.
but not so long that I feel like I'm, holding on. There was a couple bikes that I got on. Like I was driving a truck from the trailer it was towing. Like I'd put in, and the front would do something, and then like a second or a half second later, finally the back end would catch up to what the front was doing.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. But which bikes were you testing?
Which bike didn't I test? Mondraker Foxy, Ibis Ripmo. I got on the Yeti 100. That was really fun, but I'm actually trying to get away from Yeti because, funny enough, as someone who just sold a Yeti, even with all that pocket money, I think I can afford another Yeti.
They're pretty expensive. See, I've already given you my opinion somewhere else, but dude,
Yes, you have.
what's wrong with the Specialized?
I kind of, when I got on it.
Oh, you
I
did.
really
You have
wasn't that impressed.
ridden it.
And there was just something just didn't click right.
Oh, okay. But what? Like,
It just something didn't click right.
okay. Because I was gonna they're just such good value, and really you can pretty much ride any bike, and Specialized it's perfectly fine. I think there's a lot to be said for the, instead of spending all this money on like an Ibis or another boutique brand, like you can get a cheaper one that's just as good. Like even really unless you have specific needs, like the alloy bikes are perfectly good. Like over here, that's my Smuggler, and it's a 29 115mm travel alloy bike, and I've ridden that everywhere that my Slash has been, but like it's obviously I need a bit more suspension. Like I ride some pretty crazy trails around here. But I have taken it down in a lot of places, and it's fine. Like it did the job, and I think that's a lot of it. I mean, I know that the Trek I've got is ridiculous in terms of the spec and everything, but I mean, arguably I've got alloy wheels and alloy cranks and alloy bars, and it's not all carboned up, apart from the frame. And the frame I only got because it was like it was a you can't say no deal, where someone in town that works in the industry ordered this frame and he got the wrong size, so I was like, oh, I can just get that. Like that's how I picked this bike. It was complete circumstance, but I have actually I obviously don't regret it. I thought, as you say, like everything's getting longer, but I actually thought that when I got it, I was like, oh, this is going to be too small, but it's fine. No, there's nothing wrong with it. Like really, when you start looking at it, you're looking at like, and I guess 450 to 455 isn't that big a deal. Maybe 450 to 460 is a bit of a big deal, but I don't know. I think really, do you really know? Like, what did you notice the difference between on all the bikes?
Well, we're talking like, the Ibis Ripmo has like maybe 472 reach, and then the Mondraker Foxy, the large, that has a 490 reach.
Yeah.
So we're talking a pretty big difference. Some of the bikes that were on the longer side, it's great when you got it in a straight line, but you got it into those banks. I don't know. I was curious just to see if like there was kind of whisperings in the industry of like, all right, maybe we may have gone too long. Now we need to rein it back in and just kind of dial these margins in.
No, not really. I think that humans are so different. Like, I mean, who's like? I guess it would be someone that's like 6'4" or 6'6". That's really the only problems. Like, if you're around 5'10", 6'2", like whatever, like you're gonna find a bike that fits you. And I guess it just depends on bar height as well. I really don't think that test riding bikes is that big, like that useful. because there's so much stuff to like set up on a bike that like rebound, compression, air pressure, tire pressure, which is more important, brake lever angle, saddle position, stem height. Like it's crazy how much stuff, and you're only actually test riding it for a few minutes really in the grand scheme of things, right? So like how can you possibly make a decision on that? Really, it's going to be better just to kind of go, well, I mean, I think if I was obviously I get deals on things, so like it's a bit different for me. I fully appreciate that. But like I would be thinking, okay, I still try and get it for as cheap as possible. Like I think, I think, well, if I spend money on this, then, if I spend less money on a bike, then I've got more money for gas so I can get to places like Moab. Like I have way better memories of places that I've ridden over bikes that I've owned, like 100%. Like that's actually where the memories come from. Like that's what I feel is a way better use of your money. But
agree with you there, because everyone kept asking me, what about the SB130, SB150? And my answer is they look fantastic. And if I had an unlimited budget, I probably already have one in my garage.
Mm-hmm.
But this time around, I'm paying for this out of my pocket like the first time I bought the Yeti. So
yeah,
making sure that I make the right decision.
Well, what is your budget? Maybe we can just solve your problem now. Maybe we can just put this to bed. What's your budget? What are we working with?
I already have a fork. I have an MRP ribbon.
Okay.
Kit. I already got wheels. So the only thing that I really need is a drivetrain and the frame set, including the shock. And I currently have, let's say I have about $3,000. I hate throwing that number out there because that sounds very large.
Yeah, I'd love it if someone walked through my door with $3,000. That is a lot of money. What?
Well, let me put it in perspective. When I bought the SB5 Plus, once again, I paid for this full price. This is way before I started the YouTube channel. I paid $4,700 for that, and I sold it for $28,000.
Oh, how much does it cost you then? How much does each mountain bike ride cost you?
I'm sure I don't want to sit and
let
do
me
that
help you
algebra.
out. Don't do that, because I've done it before and I was like, what am I doing with my life? So I wouldn't.
That just sounds. That sounds like a descent into madness.
Yeah, it sure is. So you've got now. I actually know. Like for a start, you're in America and I'm in Canada, so I have no idea of what. So you have your fork, but you don't have anything else.
I have forks, I have wheel sets, I have brakes, and cockpit components I can take care
wheels. What wheels do you have?
I have a custom set of Ibis that I had built up for the Chromag. They're 29ers.
Okay, right. So, what exists? Hey, people in the chat, let us know. What do you think Joe should buy? Just while they're getting there, people are talking about Yetis. Kyle said YT makes some good bikes. That's true, but there's no water bottle cage on it, so there's no point in buying it.
I think that's so dumb, by the way. Like, when did the industry, not the industry, when did people like fixate in water bottles so much?
What's better, riding with a pack or riding without a pack?
Well, I mean,
riding without a pack.
Okay.
Like, number one,
So
riding without a pack.
the direct answer is yes, riding without a pack. However, the YouTube lifestyle, I also say like all day epics.
How many all day epics have you been on?
Okay, what do you count as an all day epic? First off,
I would say 4 hours plus is an all day epic.
in Austin, every weekend was an all day epic for me.
Okay. Well, I think there's plenty of so I have I guess even if I'm taking the GoPro and the gimbal and what have you, oh, it's not around. Oh no, it's over there. Hold on, wait a sec. this bum bag, or what do you call it? Fanny pack? Or a fanny pack?
Call it. Okay. It's
Right.
either a fanny pack or a hip pack.
Okay.
Because it goes around you.
It does go around your hip as well. So like
Dainty.
this is the
And a
Bond
fanny.
Traeger one. You can put a 750ml bottle in there. You can carry a sandwich, a tube, all the GoPro batteries that you would ever need. You could easily fit in like an RX 100, point and shoot camera or anything, and it just goes around your hip. And if you have 750ml in your back, you have 750ml down there. You have 1.5 liters of water, which is only 500ml less than having a Camelback, I guess. And the weight is lower. You're going to ride better, so your videos might be better if that's a problem. And then if you need to fill up, like you're in mountains most of the time, so just fill up in the streams. Like I know a load of people seem to be like so afraid of filling up from streams, but I've been drinking out of rivers for years, and like I've never been sick of it.
That just explains so much.
Yeah. Oh no, he's mental. Yeah, no, like honestly, like that's.
I've seen so many friends get too impatient. They see a clear running stream, and I was in Boy Scouts, by the way. Friends think that, hey, this is a fresh spring. It's super clean. They fill up their bottle, and they didn't do so well after that. They had a rough 24 hours.
I've never seen it. It depends where you are. Like I'm pretty high up. There's nothing. The only animals that are around are either bears or cougars or, the bad ones. So there's nothing like just constantly shitting and everything, which is where you get illness from. So that's what I would say anyway. So water bottle inside the frame. Plus you don't always go out riding for 4 hours. Most of my rides are like no more than 2. And it's just so much easier just shoving it in. So it is for sure a big deal. Now, what do you like in a mountain bike?
What do I like in a mountain bike? It used to be when I had the SB5 Plus, having that super reassuring feel.
Mm-hmm.
But now as I've become more confident as a mountain bike rider, I want something a little bit more sporty, a little bit more nimble, and definitely something that isn't as much of a beast to get up the mountains. Now, granted, a Yeti was kind of, a nice place to enter into the full suspension market, because it was about 30. It was just under 31 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the base model, and it was a plus size bike, so keep that in mind.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of people are talking about mid-travel. Justin Ramsey asked, what is the length of the ribbon? Currently, it's stretched out to 160, but it's a ribbon, so it's super easy to shrink down if I wanted to.
Okay, cool. Right, so, $3,000. That's weird. Why? So I was actually just looking at Kona. Hold on, let's go. Where's my clip? There we go. Hope you like the audio there. So, Kona, is it just me or no? I guess it's not. It's the same. Like these are great. These bikes are fantastic. But I mean, are you really set on owning a carbon bike?
No, I've been looking at all walks of life here.
Okay. I mean, Kona's pretty good in terms of options. Let's just click on this one. But there's one problem with a Kona, I would say, for you. If I can just kind of get it right. So, can you see my mouse on the screen? You probably can't for a bit because there's obviously a delay. But this linkage, this is just like the single pivot linkage driven design. And because the pivot is above there, when you pull the brake on, it's going to affect the suspension. So now I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark and guess that you are like me and you don't know how to brake completely perfectly before corners. and
usually the corner comes up and you hear a little huh?
Yeah, so I would say this kind of linkage is not for you. I mean, personally, I don't understand why it's for anyone, but I had a Kona. I actually owned a Kona Process, and it was a fantastic bike. And it had this linkage, and I honestly never noticed. In fact, when you're going down steep stuff and you're pulling the brake on, it actually helps drive the back wheel in better and gives you a bit more stability. So 6 of one, half a dozen of another.
I actually did get a chance to ride, not this exact bike, but the 27.3 when I was out in Bellingham this past summer.
Yeah.
And the geometry was amazing. Like, that literally is the bike that I've been kind of comparing everything to because it felt great. But yeah, as soon as I grabbed that rear brake, man, it got harsh on the way down.
Yeah, okay. I mean, what's that? You probably want to find a bike that's got like a pretty linear rear shock, because you're not a World Series Enduro racer, so it's going to be easy.
Last time I checked, that is a correct statement.
Yeah. So like, actually, even the stump jumper, when I was riding with Trail Peak, and you can see our video riding together on his channel now, I guess. He said that the stump jumper was pretty progressive, and like he was struggling to get to the end of the travel. So yeah, maybe it's not the best one. Do you know what? Sometimes I just struggle to think of names of bikes. Do you ever do this? Literally struggle to find names. So like, and sometimes it's good to come down to the advertiser list and you just go through and have a look and have a look at the bikes, and then you just get reminded of, right, okay, this is it. I've got it. This is the bike for you, my friend.
Curious if I've ridden it before. Wait,
No.
I think I know where you're going.
No, you probably don't.
I'm waiting for the live stream to catch up.
Change country to America. Has he caught up yet? Should have done.
In there.
Oh, baby. Figured it out, haven't I?
Wait for it. Fancy.
That's the one. Joe?
Your fancy because it's cutting off the title.
Damn it. Wait, okay. There we go. This is the Rocky Mountain Instinct.
Yes.
This-
That actually is the one bike that I did not get to demo at Outer Bike that I was like, I was showing up to their booth every 15 minutes like, do you have one? Do you have one? No. Like, it was either out or like I literally just missed it. And they're like, oh, sorry, you weren't here, so we had to give it to someone else.
Yeah, no, dude. This is the exact bike that is good for you. By the way, I just want to jump in here. Justin Ramsey, I see you in the chat. If you want to get involved and help me and let me solve your mountain bike problems, pop yourself over to I Want to Chat. He came in last week. Well, the last time. So no, he's good to go. Nothing against you, Jay. Just want to kind of try and keep it fresh. So
That is fine. I think that I
this is.
think we agree this is a bike that I need to get out and try.
You don't even try it. Just go and buy it. Like, look at this. So the retail here is $1,500 over what you said. But you said that you've got a fork and a wheel set, right? Fork and a wheel set, Joe?
Correct.
Okay. Like, this race face, wheel set, the 34 fork, that should be not the hardest thing in the world to kind of shift off there. So I think that, I mean, look at it. It's got the horse link system down there. You can put a water bottle in the frame. It's got some great geometry. I almost bought one. Honestly, I would have bought one. I was going to buy the BC edition, but the only difference between the BC edition is there's a chip in here, and they've just made a specific one to give it the geometry that the BC edition has. So you can buy
basically, you can buy it as a serviceable part.
Yeah. So you could like, don't worry. Like, I mean, you know, you live in Colorado. I imagine this is going to be plenty of bike for that area.
I do live in the Rocky Mountains, so.
Well, I mean, I think this is a match made in heaven. But honestly, this
All right,
this
Paul,
bike is great. I think we've solved your problem.
Appreciate the time, sir, and thank you for having me on.
Oh, not a problem. Right. Thanks very much. See you later, Joe. Goodbye. He's gone. I'm on my own. I might actually, I'm going to check into the chat, see what's going on. Whoa. It's been kicking off. Hey. Hey, how many likes do we have going on this stream? If you haven't hit the like button, give it a click now or a tap. Maybe you're watching on your phone. But it really does make a difference to the YouTube algorithm and such. So we can get found by more people. All you have to do is go boom, like that. Right, let's have a look in the chat, see what's going on. Lots of love for Leiden. Leiden, I'm a huge fan. Just keep being you, buddy. You can get there. Jake MTB, hi. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. We've still got this Rocky Mountain hanging around. Let's, boom! You're gone. I do like those guys. So, Gonzo Cat, Scudio still hanging around. Leiden, yep. Joe's voice is incredibly soothing, that's for sure. Very similar to Ethan Klein from H3. Okay, lots of chats about it. Pedal strikes. Cobra, really enjoyed riding the Specialized Enduro. I did actually try to get one of those as well, but couldn't make it happen. Yeti seems to be embracing long travel. They've had long travel for a while, Scudio. In fact, they've had 3 Enduro World Series wins and multiple World Champs by medal. They even won a downhill World Cup with Sam Blankensop in Schladming in 2009. I think it was 2009. No, 2010? No, 2009. There was a movie, 3 Focus, that's the one that really got it. By the way, anyone that wants to get involved in the chat, all you have to do is go to the Discord link, which I will paste there. It's in the chat now. You just have to click on that, get involved, sign up, and drag yourself over to the I want to chat, and you're good to go. Okay, so Justin Ramsey, large intense carbine is only 455. That's, as I said, there's nothing wrong. But then I'm 5'10". Am I a medium bike rider? I wear medium clothes, so shouldn't my bikes be medium? That's one thing that I always bring up. Like, I buy medium everything. I'm even sample sizing. Look, hold on. Let me just take my shoes off. I think these are kind of new 510s that are going to get launched soon. But look, I'm even the sample size. Like, I'm a medium human being. Now I'm going to kind of be weird and try and put my shoes on down here. Just to remind anyone in the someone get in the Discord, that would be great. But we'll probably wrap up the stream if once I've gone through the chat and there's no one else looking to get involved. But 2 people, I'm pretty stoked with that. Okay. Yes, so why is a large? It's weird. Intense or interesting? Okay, Carl. Santa Cruz High Tower. I don't know. It's a weird. I think that's a weird size. But some people there told me that I was weird for thinking it was weird. If that even makes sense. How much travel was ridden? Wear one. Scuddy, you wear a bum bag. I'm gonna assume it's a bum bag or hip pack or whatever. Gonzo Cat. I prefer the full backpack pack for desert riding. Falling can shred you apart here, and I will use my old ass camelback for protection. Interesting point. That is a very interesting point. But somewhere I've seen a picture of someone had a shock pump in their bag, and actually it pierced the bag and then pierced their skin, and then the shock pump was lodged in their back. There is no possible way I'm going to find that picture. You're just going to have to take my word for it. But it really did happen. So if you're gonna get a backpack, make sure you got a back protector. Evoc one, I've got one of those. It's not bad. That's got a back protector in it. Cable car. Anyone have experience with NS bikes? That's a great call, Joe. You should maybe think about an NS bike if it's around you. Good geometry, horse link, water bottle. It's got everything. Good suggestion, Gustin. Yeah, someone spotted that it was a Rocky Mountain Instinct. Uncle said my uncle just bought a 29 Rocky Mountain for 1200. Loves it. That's great. Hopefully he's doing loads of mountain biking and actually taking it places. Okay, so likes. Hey, Skiddy, thanks so much for getting on the like train. That's really good. Okay, Jacob. Hi, mate. I've got a Giant Glory with a RockShox boxer, and it feels so sticky and gets stuck 15% of the way through the channel. Please help me. Okay, Jacob. Sounds like your forks need a service. I'm not sure what year it is, but I'm going to take a random shot in the dark here and say that it's kind of on the older side of things. Yeah, 15% of the way through the travel. Sounds like you need some new seals. Take it to a shop. Yeah, it costs money, but you've just spent loads of money on a bike, so you should want it to work as well as it can. So Jacob, that's what I would say. 2010, yeah. Do you have any? You might even have some wear marks just above the seals when there's no when the fork isn't pressed down. I would hasten to guess that that's why. Okay, so we've been going for just over an hour now. It's probably time for everyone's dinner. Thank you so much for those that have stuck around on the live stream. 21 watching. I'm pretty stoked. Yeah, thanks very much. I'll see you next week, hopefully. Got to think of a new topic. But thanks for watching, everyone. See you later.